Some conversations don't begin with a hello, they begin with a pause, a breath, and a feeling. Today, we will not be talking to people, we will be talking with time itself. You're listening to Samay Ke Saath, a podcast where we don't just talk about the past, but with it. Hello and welcome, listeners. Thank you for clicking on this video. I'm Pritha Behel, your host. Have you ever wondered what if we could talk to those who have shaped our India? Well, it's possible with this podcast because with me is someone who has seen their journeys from close. Introducing Samay, time, the silent witness of everyone's journey. He has seen what nobody has seen. He has seen battles won, dreams broken, the mindsets, and the list continues. And so, he's the best fit for this. Today, with the help of Samir's voice, we will be revisiting the memories and the lives of many who have shaped our country. So come on, let Samir take you where calendars cannot. On this Guru Purnima special episode, our host for today is such a soul, the respected Savitribai Phule, a teacher, a revolutionary, and the first guru who made learning possible for women. Born in 1830, in a time where education for girls was discouraged, and the ones who stood up for justice were punished. At just 17, she stood before a classroom that didn't even want her to exist. She was a fighter. This is a tribute to every guru who continues to educate in silence, especially when no one claps for them. This episode covers the untold. We will also be covering about the Savitribai Phule Pune University. Hi Samir, welcome back. Uh, you excited for this convo?
Hello everyone. Of course, I'm completely geared up for this.
Good. So do you need some time? Are you ready?
I'm myself time.
Oh, no doubts. First of all, as it's Guru Purnima special, I would like to wish Happy Guru Purnima to all of you and you too, Samir. You're also one of the greatest gurus in everyone's life. It's also said about you, right? That time teaches you everything. And that's you, Samir. So thank you.
Well, that's my duty. I must not flex on that.
Hey, hey. Yet you deserve appreciation and value from us. Thanks again.
Uh, okay. You're welcome.
Yeah. So let's start by talking about the journey from the beginning. The agenda for this episode is not just to have a simple conversation, but to have a story type conversation so that the audience feels engaged. I want to take my audience to a story ride.
Okay, let's begin.
Thank you. So, Samay, take us back to those early days when Savitribai first stepped out. What kind of society was she walking into?
Hmm, that's a good one to begin. So picture this. It is the time when girls weren't supposed to study, like at all. There were many beliefs about not educating women much. Most people believed that educating women was against religion. Some even thought it would make women morally corrupt.
What? Morally corrupt? What kind of sense is this?
Uh, some beliefs had no sense.
True.
And she was trying to teach the lower caste girls, which was again not expected by the society. It was a society that was hostile. She was insulted daily. People literally threw cow dung and stones at her. But she didn't flinch. Instead of seeing the hate, she saw the ignorance. She wished to change the mindset that kept generations in darkness. Whole and soul mission was changing the mindsets of people for a longer duration of time. In short, forever.
And was she successful?
To be honest, seeing the reality, not yet.
Yeah. Today also there are many sections where girls are not given the due respect which they deserve. That's bad. Too bad.
But still, there are changes. People are trying to accept the reality. Still, the percentage is less and it's reducing day by day as awareness increase. So, hope for the bestest.
Yeah, it was hard. She was 17 somewhere when she stood up. That's an age where most of us are still figuring life out. How did she find the strength to carry such a huge responsibility? What does your observation say?
Honestly, here's the thing, she wasn't alone. Her husband, Jyotirao Phule, played a huge role. He educated her at home first. He made sure that she understood what she was stepping into.
That's nice of him. It's actually said that हर कामयाब आदमी के पीछे एक औरत का हाथ होता है. It's opposite here, right?
Yeah, and there are more examples like this too, in the current era also. Uh, but more than that, she believed in it. Like, this wasn't a project or a job for her, it was almost spiritual. She had seen what ignorance did to women: no voice, no choice, just silence and adjustments. And she didn't want the coming generation of women to adjust for anybody or for the society. So she wasn't thinking, can I do this? She was thinking, if not me, then who?
You know, Samir, she wasn't just ignored, she was attacked. People literally tried to make her stop. And how did she continue when the world didn't want her to succeed?
It's intense, but real. And you know what? It wasn't just from strangers. Even people from her own community mocked her. Educating girls? Are you mad? That's the kind of stuff she heard. But she kept going because she could see what education did. She saw young girls, many from oppressed communities, finally reading their names. That spark in their eyes, that was the fuel for her. She was also scared. Of course she was. But her courage wasn't the absence of fear. It was walking through the fear every single day, and she was fighting for dignity. And once you have tasted the possibility of a better future, it's really hard to turn your back. That's what fueled her forever.
Sometimes we fall short of words when the explanation is so up to the point. Samay, I wanted to share one thing to you that, there's a complete university named after Savitribai Phule, named as Savitribai Phule Pune University. Samay, I've recently got admission in Savitribai Phule Pune University through the cultural quota. You know what's cultural quota? On the merits of my participation and appreciations in national level cultural competitions. This is not to flex my achievements. What I could see from this, I could fetch from this is they appreciate creativity too, which I honestly had not expected. But I got to learn in this process. I was amazed to learn that they genuinely celebrate creativity, not just academics. I would love for you to tell us more. Is the university truly known for supporting arts and culture alongside studies? And how has this reputation grown over time?
Ah, Pratha, first of all, congratulations. Getting into Savitribai Phule Pune University is no more small feat. And through the cultural quota, that's a great thing.
Uh, yeah, that's not the main thing. The main thing is how appreciative they are.
Yeah, now coming on to your question, is this university known for celebrating creativity? And of course it is. This university isn't just a place where students memorize formulas or quote theories. It's a place where art breathes, where stories, music, dance, and debate have found a stage for decades. From intercollegial youth festivals to street plays to national level cultural competitions, SPPU has always had room for thinkers who create and not just cram. And no, this didn't start yesterday. The roots go deeper. Since the 1940s and 50s, when India was newly independent, this university was already hosting cultural forums and literary clubs. Writers, musicians, playwrights, they all walked these grounds. There's a reason it's often called the Oxford of East, not just for the academics, but because of the cultural richness it carries. And here's a beautiful link. Savitribai Phule herself was a poet, a thinker, a woman who understood the power of language, of voice, of art. So it makes sense, doesn't it? Also, a lot of people assume that government colleges are only about marks, but walk into universities like SPPU during a cultural fest, and you'll see what the brochures don't show: raw talent, loud laughter, platform for every kind of expression. So, yes, your story belongs here, and I think Savitribai herself would have smiled knowing a young woman got in for being unapologetically creative.
That's true. As you said, that she would be smiling and watching us all. This brings me to the last question that's relatable. That if Savitribai Phule could talk to today's change makers, teachers, especially the ones who feel unseen, unsupported, what would she say?
Guru Purnima, a day made to honor those who light the way when everything feels uncertain. If Savitribai Phule was alive today, she wouldn't give a long, boring speech. That wasn't her style. Okay? She would probably sit with you, look into your eyes, and say something simple but remarkable. She would say, teaching is not just about books, it's about belief. And belief is not easy. She knew to teach when people threw stones at you, not praise. But even on those days, she kept going. Why? Because she wasn't teaching for applause, she was teaching for change. And change takes time. To every young change maker out there feeling exhausted or invisible, she would probably remind you that even if the world doesn't notice your efforts today, someone's future is being built quietly because of it. And to teachers, she would say, don't just teach lessons, be the reason someone starts to believe in themselves. Because of her, being a guru was never about power. It was about lifting someone who thought they would never rise.
That's true. Savitribai Phule wasn't just a teacher, she was a whole revolution. Thank you so much for bringing her story back. And thank you, listeners, for walking this path with us. Before we go, if you know a teacher, guide, or mentor who changed your life, call them, message them, and thank them. Because behind every capable person is someone who once believed in them. I'm Pritha Behel signing off for now. Until we meet again, stay curious
and stay learning.